brand and how to follow you into trusting you to solve their problem, they're going to make that purchase from you. Today, we're going to share with you a game changer that will help you to get your brand voice dialed in 2020 so that people begin to make those purchases from you. That is coming up. Welcome to the Bite Size Marketing Hack Podcast, where you get the confidence to hack your marketing 5 minutes at a time. Hey guys, my name is Mark, and welcome to Bite Size Marketing Hacks, where we help you cut through the digital noise and connect with the right people for your business. Today, we're going to talk about branding and your voice. And, you know, the challenge is that it really is a noisy digital space out there, and people want to connect with a brand that they know will solve their problem, help them tackle a problem in their life, and help them succeed in that area, and not a brand that is talking about themselves. And here's the biggest mistake that most companies, most organizations make, is they talk about themselves way too much. So today, I'm going to share with you a game changer that will help you to get dialed into a voice in your branding and how you communicate with your users so that they understand what they're receiving from you, how you're helping them tackle a problem in their life, and build that trust so that they want to make that sale from you, which is what your goal is, right? So I'm going to use today an analogy that is funny and I think will help you. So we just had a big movie come out in December, the end of the Star Wars trilogy, really the end of a huge story arc with multiple trilogies has supposedly come to a close with this final big Star Wars movie. And there are two beloved characters within Star Wars, and specifically within the second of the original trilogy, The Empire Strikes Back. So those of you who are not nerds out there, bear with me, but I think this will connect with you as well. And you remember in this story, as Luke begins to find out that he needs to get trained, he needs to learn what it takes to become the hero to defeat the Empire and confront this nemesis, Darth Vader. So I'm going to put this up on your screen. So we have here Luke and Yoda. So he ends up meeting Yoda, and Yoda becomes his guide. Yoda becomes the new guide. Obi-Wan Kenobi is no longer alive, so he needs a guide, and Yoda comes along. So we find the hero. This is Luke Skywalker. The whole of Star Wars is centered around this guy. Can he come and defeat this evil empire? And so this question comes up, and he doesn't feel like he can do it. Internally, he's questioning whether he has what it takes. And externally, he's wondering, do I even have the skills to be able to conquer this empire? I'm one guy. Could I possibly do this? Could I use the Force? I don't know how. And so he ends up connecting with Yoda, and Yoda becomes the guide that trains him, that helps him to understand what the challenge is internally and externally, gives him the skills so that he can go forth and defeat the Empire. And we all know how the story goes. Spoiler, if you haven't ever seen it, Star Wars ends with Luke defeating Darth Vader and the Empire along with a lot of help. So what does this have to do with branding and a game changer for you in 2020? Well, this right here is a game changer. And the challenge is that most of us in our business have positioned ourselves as the hero. In this picture that you have on your screen, for those of you watching on Facebook, we make Yoda the hero of the story. But we all know that that's not how Star Wars goes. Luke Skywalker is the hero of the story. And so if he happened upon Yoda and Yoda just kept talking about himself and about how great he was and all the stuff that he did, you'd be annoyed and you'd be distracted from the main story arc, which is how is Luke going to defeat the evil empire? But Yoda steps in as the guide. Yoda comes along and says, you've got a challenge. You've got a problem. Internally, you need confidence. Externally, you need skills. But you know what? I've been there. And here's what I've learned. And here's how you can do the same thing and conquer this challenge in front of you. And so Yoda steps into his role, the guide. And as businesses, we've got to become the Yoda to the Skywalker that is the users who are coming to us. If we position ourselves as the hero of the story, talk about all that we've done and all the amazing things that we are, people don't want to hear that. People don't care because they are the Luke in their own story, and they want to find a guide who can help them, train them, give them skills that they need to be able to conquer the evil empire. So this is your game changer in 2020. How can you begin to change your voice from the hero as Luke to the guide as Yoda? One of the ways that you can begin to do this practically, what do you begin to do to execute this idea in your branding? Well, in short, you need to begin to use the word you a lot. You need to begin to talk about what you are doing as the user and help them to begin to tackle this challenge. You may notice that a lot of our titles of our podcast episodes have the word you in it. How you can tackle your branding in 2020, how you can hack your social media marketing, because we are positioning ourselves as the Yoda in your story. As you are hacking your social media, as you are hacking your marketing, we are here to help you solve that problem. We are not the hero of the story, you are. And so how can you begin to think in your business about using that word you, finding out what it is that the client needs to tackle? What is that big challenge, both externally, what skills or services or thing do they need? And then what internally are they conquering? What is it, confidence that they need? Is it a greater sense of well-being, a greater sense of identity that you're imparting to them? What is it that internally and externally you are helping them conquer so that they can begin to live differently in their life? As you can begin to think of yourselves as the guide and not the hero in the story, you are going to begin to acquire more clients because they're going to understand where they fit into the story that you're telling. So I hope that's helpful. And in 2020, make sure that you're the Yoda. Come and be the Yoda to somebody else's Luke Skywalker, and your business is going to grow. So I hope that's helpful, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. And visit us at bitesizemarketinghacks.com for more resources and episodes that will help you hack your marketing 5 minutes at a time.